Could it be? But me, your man, Louie T, welcome to another episode of the Card Collector Series podcast. I, of course, am your set man, Louie T. Thank you for joining me. If you enjoy this content, please hit the subscribe button for more of it. Turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any of it. And also hit the like button as it helps this channel grow exponentially. As we customarily do on this podcast, we'll have a topic that we'll discuss. We'll open up a pack of cards at the very end of the show. Before we get to any of that today, however, I promised you a giveaway on the next installment of the CCS podcast. Well, here we are. And so going to give away that mega box of 2021 MLB Bowman Platinum. So let's get to those proceedings this evening first, and then we'll come back and have our normally scheduled programming here on the Card Collector Series podcast. All right, so let's get this giveaway started. So we're giving away a mega box of 2021 Bowman Platinum. We talked about this on the last episode of the podcast. MLB 2021 Bowman Platinum. 2 autos are in this box, and maybe some more goodies. I was able to pull a numbered hit out of the box as well. So good luck to whomever is able to get this. And these giveaways will increase in value and worth and things of that nature as the count goes up and up. The next time we'll do one is at 500, and then the next time we'll do one is at 1,000, and that will be a big one for sure. But in any event, all you had to do was meet 2 prerequisites. One, be a subscriber to the Card Collector Series, and the other was leave the hashtag 400 in the comment section of the last episode of the podcast when I announced the giveaway for hitting that 400 sub mark. So without any further ado, let's get to the proceedings this evening, and let's give away this box of 2021 Bowman Platinum. So first of all, good luck to all, and here we go. So let's give it away. Josh Z is the winner, and you know what? It's so fitting that my guy Josh Z wins. He has been one of the staunch supporters of the Card Collector Series. So I couldn't think of a better person to give this away to than my guy Josh Z. So congratulations, Josh, for winning. All I need for you to do is hit me in my DM, inbox me, and we'll get all the information that we need to make this happen. You can hit me up on socials. That's on Twitter at LouieTeeNetwork. You can hit me up on IG, LouieTeeNetwork _, or you can email me at LouieTeeNetwork and get me that information. And all I need from you is where you want me to send these cards, honestly speaking. But hit me up and we can orchestrate everything, and I can get these cards right out to you. Once again, congratulations to Josh Z for winning the Bowman Platinum 2021 MLB Mega Box. So with that said, let's get back to the proceedings of today's show. Once again, congratulations to Josh Z for winning the 2021 Bowman Platinum MLB Mega Box. Hope you have some tremendous hits that are very fruitful for you. And we will have many more giveaways here on the CCS. So continue to see those numbers climb, and I'll continue to bless you guys for blessing me here on the Card Collector Series. So with that said, today's podcast episode is an interesting one, a topic that I think is starting to become more and more relevant for some of us in the hobby, especially someone like myself who's never actually done it. But before we get to the topic, as we always do, we have a value rip at the end of the show. Today's show is no different. We have our absolute 2020 NFL pack here that we're looking to go kaboom with. So We'll open that up a little bit later on in the show. Hopefully we unearth a gem or two in the process. If we don't go kaboom, then we'd at least like to hit something noteworthy, a Justin Herbert, a Joe Burrow, something numbered. That would all be greatly appreciated. So we'll do that later on in the show. If you're not interested in today's topic, as always, feel free to fast forward to the end of the show where we get to the pack rip. So today's topic is more of a question. And I've heard this boundied about several times. I told you guys I went to a local card shop back home where I'm from during Black Friday, had some interesting conversations with those in the card shop, including one of the owners of the shop. And one of the things he said to me, or actually he didn't say it to me, I told you I do more listening when I'm around people that are knowledgeable than I do talk. And so I was just listening, taking everything in. And he was talking to a customer, a guy that frequents his shop. And he told him, hey, look, don't send any of your cards off right now, because the guy had just gotten a nice hit a week ago that he had bought, the pack from the shop. And he was telling him he had gotten a nice hit. And he told him, hey, don't get it graded yet. Hold on to all of your cards. The price of getting your cards graded, the PSA, is going to go down exponentially here shortly. So just hold on to your cards and just wait it out. And so, that stuck with me. That resonated because I was of the mindset of I'm not shipping off my cards to be graded until the coast is clear. Like, it got crazy during the pandemic and people were sending in all kinds of ridiculous submissions, cards that weren't even worth what they were paying to have it graded. I didn't understand the madness, but that's what people were doing. They wanted to give away money to PSA. Have at it. Knock yourself out. I wasn't willing to be one of those giving money away. And it got to the point where PSA got so backloaded and jammed up that they had to shut down their services. So did BGS. And because of that, they needed more workers and they started charging more. Okay, if you're going to overload us, if you're going to send these cards in, all right, we're going to beat you over the head since you guys want to send in every little card. You want to send in your little base, Zion Williamson playbook rookie. Okay, then I'm going to bust you over the head since you want to send that in. Okay, you want to send in your Goga Batadze, base Prism rookie. Okay, I'm going to bust you over the head if you want to start sending in random frivolous stuff. So it got crazy there for a second. And I went on the site, I don't know, maybe a week or two ago, and I don't know what it is now, but it was $100 per card, to be graded. Now, maybe I wasn't looking in the right spot because at one point they had like economy and different ways you could go about it. And it was like $20, a card at one point. And it had gotten up to like $35, I believe. So I think 100 might be accurate. That's crazy. I mean, that is absolutely absurdity. And I just would rather just sell my cards raw if you're going to charge me $100 to have it graded. That said, if I had something that I thought was worth thousands upon thousands of dollars, then, I'd bite the bullet, pay the money, however much it is, to have it graded, and then, have it hopefully come back a 10 or, no worse than a 9, and then it would sell for more. But with that said, I was also watching a YouTube video, a couple of YouTube videos actually, and that the topic came up again of the price of getting cards graded in PSA more specifically could come down in 2022, and it's looking more likely that it will. And I told you that guy at Heroes Sports Cards, shout out to Heroes Sports Cards, at the shop, he was super knowledgeable, a guy that had been in the game for a long time. So I trust him in him saying, oh yeah, just hold on to your cards. It's going to come down here shortly. And then I'm watching another guy on the channel, and he seems to know what he's talking about. And again, you never know, what anybody does or doesn't know. But at the end of the day, he seemed knowledgeable and someone that, has a little bit of insight into the game. He sells cards. He has his own little setup at these different card shows. So I feel like he's been in the game long enough to know when something's going on. And he's like, yeah, the price of PSA and grading cards is supposed to come down to maybe as low as $10. I don't know if it's going to come down that low, and obviously there is a floor, a minimum that you have to send in to get it at that price, right? and then your cards have to be worth a certain amount. You can't exceed over like $500, like $499 or whatever, to get it at a price like that. But in any event, that's more along the lines of what I'm looking for. 20, $25 a card. And I've already said that if I send off cards for submission to be graded, they're going to be the best of the best. I'm not sending off, a base Kyler Murray absolute from 2019. I'm not sending that off to be graded. I'm sorry. I'm not sending that off to be graded. If I'm selling that card, I'm selling it raw, and I'll just get whatever I get for it. I'm not, my Patrick Mahomes rated rookie. Yeah, I'm sending that off to be graded. I've got a couple of Zions, a couple of Jaws that need grading. I'll send those off. I got a couple of LaMelo Balls and Ant Edwards that probably might need to see a little bit of grading action. I've got several other cards that I've come across, throughout this process that probably need some grading. A couple of cards numbered to as low as 5 that may need a little bit of grading that I may sell in the future. But for the most part, I'm not looking to take my whole collection and have it graded. So that's news to me that the price may come down. Again, I heard it at the local card shop that I was at, Hero Sports Cards. But hearing it again and then again on a couple of YouTube videos makes me start to think that maybe there is a little bit of innuendo out there. Maybe there is something bubbling under the surface, and that next year, with the log jam of cards cleared up, with them having much more staff now because they employed all these people to deal with the demand of cards coming in. And then really, we talked about this, the market correcting itself. At some point, that this thing was going to level off, and the excitement for all these players and all these cards was going to taper off, and things were going to balance itself out. And not that we don't have good players, but the NBA draft, it was okay. There's some really good players, but it's not the star power of LaMelo Ball and Edwards, or the year previous to that with Zion Williamson and John Morant, or the year previous to that with Trae Young and Luka Doncic. So you're not going to get, I don't think, that kind of star power in this year's draft class. So in the NBA, that's kind of tapered it off. NFL, same thing. Michael Parsons might be your defensive rookie of the year, but he might be the best rookie, period. Like, Mac Jones isn't blowing anyone away. He's a good football player, but he's not Joe Burrow. He's not Justin Herbert. So I think the same thing could be said for the NFL, and the same thing for MLB. There wasn't a guy that just blew you away. Now, next year, I think that could change in Major League Baseball with their cards, because there are a couple of guys that are really, really good. But I think that's, what, some of the, less excitement in those sports with rookies, is part of the blame. But at the end of the day, it was ridiculous. It had gotten to this ridiculous crescendo, and you knew eventually it was going to come down. And I'm hoping it comes down to a reasonable price that will allow me to get in. I'm going to get in when the going's good, because eventually this thing could spike again, and people could start submitting cards for no good reason. And I want to make sure I get mine in there before that happens, and I get mine graded at a fair price. So what says you? If you've got any intel on this, I'd love to hear it. I don't know how you feel about graded cards. We've talked about this topic on the show before about getting cards graded. I've never actually submitted cards to be graded. I only have like 2 or 3 cards that are even graded in my collection. And the only reason I have those, obviously, is because I pulled them out of packs. Obviously, my pride and joy is the John Morant rookie bronze encased auto that I pulled, early on in the process back in the game. And, that's still the craziest video that I've had to date. The audio went out because I was screaming so loud. And yeah, it wasn't one of my finest moments, but I don't apologize for being excited. If I get a kaboom, I'm probably going to be in a similar way, especially if it's a good player. If it's a bum, I'm not going to be as excited, but it's still a kaboom. It's still going to exceed anything that you could get out of an absolute pack. But anyway, speaking of absolute, let's get into our 20 card value rip from 2020 and see if we can unearth a gem or not in here. So we haven't had the best of luck. We haven't found a Joe Burrow. We haven't found a Justin Herbert. We haven't went kaboom yet. So 2020 has been good, though. We've gotten a number hit out of there. I think, matter of fact, we did it on this podcast, if I'm not mistaken. The Carson Wentz was here on this podcast. So maybe we can have some more luck here on the podcast. Let's see. We start with an Aaron Jones base. Matt Ryan base. Kenny Golladay base. Josh Allen base. Lamar Jackson base. Gronk base. AJ Green base. Chris Carson green parallel. Marlon Mack green parallel. Now we get into some rookies. We get a Zach Moss green parallel. You have a Lamar Jackson red zone insert. Flashback Terrell Davis Super Bowl. That's an insert. Raekwon Davis rookie. So we get into our foil rookies here. Jalen Reagor rookie. Alberto. Jordan Love. Guess we can sleeve that one up. I think they're giving us some quarterbacks. Maybe we'll get a good one in here somewhere. Cole McDonald had a farm, EIEIO. We're not going to sleeve him up, though. Laviska Shenault. Jacksonville Jaguars rookie. Zach Moss. We already hit his, but it was in parallel form. And look at that. Look at that. Joseph Burrow. Hey, how about that? We'll definitely sleeve that up. These guys have run from me like nobody's business. I think that is the first base Joe Burrow rookie that I have hit. I still don't think I have a base rookie of Justin Herbert. So I'm hoping that breaks the seal right there. You know, you got to start somewhere and going after these rookies. So maybe, just maybe, that breaks the seal. One, Joseph R. Burrow. Rookie, absolute. So, man, I feel good about that. That feels really good. So the absolute continues to be good to me, but I still haven't gone kaboom, and that is the ultimate goal. But like I've said many a times, and I'll continue to say it, any damage done along the way is welcomed, and that I consider to be damage, especially because I don't have any Joe Burrows or Justin Herbert rookie cards, and I am after those in the most desperate of desperate ways. So that's going to do it for me, your man Louie T, here on the Card Collector Series podcast. Once again, congratulations to Josh Z for winning the 2021 MLB Bowman Platinum Mega Box. We'll do more giveaways in the future as the subscription numbers continue to climb. Our next giveaway will be at 500. Hopefully we get there sooner rather than later, and we'll try to give away something even more juicy at that point next time. But we'll see what happens there. Remember, it's hunting season. It never ends, especially here on the Card Collector Series. That Joseph Burrow deserves a bang. And I will see you guys next time here on the Louie T Network podcast. You guys take care. And once again, happy hunting. See you next time.